Cursed places exist all over the world. They are known to bring misfortune like death and injury to anyone who approaches. Some examples include the Banghar Fort in India, where people are prohibited from entering after sunset. The Akigari Forest in Japan, also locally known as Jukai or the Sea of Trees, where over 100 bodies are found each year. And the Overtoun Bridge in Scotland, where 50 dogs have jumped off one after another. Although more and more causes of mysterious phenomena are getting scientifically investigated as technology advances, there still are places that remain unsolved. One of them is the Bennington Triangle. People have disappeared or even died in this area over the years, thus earning it the name the Land's Bermuda Triangle. Recently, odd incidents have been reoccurring. July 30th, 2021. The body of 73-year-old Joseph Shone was found near the Somerset Reservoir in the state of Vermont, the United States. He had been missing for a few months. After conducting an on-site inspection, the police announced that he is presumed to have committed suicide in his truck, thus closing the case. The chances of homicide seem to be low. People who heard of the news recall a similar incident that occurred 2 years prior. On September 17, 2019, the body of a 43-year-old woman named Jessica Hildenbrandt was found in the same area. After the investigation, the police were certain that it was a homicide, but there were no leads on the culprit. 2 terrible incidents occurring in the span of 2 years. Although they did not seem to have a connection, weird rumors began circulating among the locals. The Bennington Triangle's curse is back. The Bennington Triangle is a hypothetical triangle that connects areas in the northeastern U.S. state of Vermont. Bennington Town, Glastonbury Mountain, and Somerset Reservoir. In 1992, New England author Joseph A. Citro became famous when he introduced this triangular landform to the public as the most terrifying area in the U.S. This was his reasoning. Odd events, including disappearances of people, often occur in this area. In addition, there are frequent reports of supernatural phenomena that cannot be explained through science, such as UFO sightings and mysterious creatures, as well as strange lights and sounds. Just as Citro said, this area is where 6 people have already disappeared or died due to unknown reasons, all prior to the aforementioned 2. The first incident was the disappearance of Carl Herrick in November 1943. According to records, Herrick and his cousin were hunting 16 kilometers northeast of Glastonbury Mountain, until they got separated and he suddenly disappeared. His body was found a few days later. The autopsy determined that the cause of death was squeezing. Something seemed to have squeezed his body like a dish towel, breaking his ribs. His broken ribs then punctured his lungs, which led to his death. His hunting gun was found nearby, but none of the bullets were used. The cause of his death was incomprehensible, thus leading to his bereaved family protesting and requesting the police to reveal the truth. However, what actually caused Herrick's death was left unknown till the end. On November 12, 1945, 2 years later, a 74-year-old hunter named Middle Rivers went missing near Glastonbury Mountain. As an experienced hiker and hunter, he was very familiar with the neighborhood. He'd even been guiding a group of hunters on the day of his disappearance. He told the group that he would take a look around the path for a while, then went ahead and disappeared. After about a month of searching, the only thing they found was his rifle cartridge. On December 1st, 1946, 1 year later, a 18-year-old college student named Paula Jean Weldon went missing while she was hiking. Despite having extensively searched the area as usual, it led to a dead end. The next incident is the most mysterious one so far. On December 1st, 1949, a 68-year-old man named James Tedford disappeared on a moving bus. He was heading back to Bennington Town by bus with 14 other passengers. When the bus arrived at the destination, his belongings were the only thing found at his seat. The other passengers testified that he did not get off the bus before his destination. There was a similar incident of someone disappearing in a vehicle. It involved Paul Jepson, an 8-year-old boy who went missing on October 12, 1950. According to the boy's mother, she had left him in her pickup truck while she went to feed their family farm's pigs. When she returned, her son was gone. The police then searched for the boy's whereabouts with a search dog. Following the boy's scent, the search dog headed to Glastonbury Mountain. At some point, the trail went cold as if the scent had faded. On October 28th the same year, a 53-year-old woman named Frida Langer faced a similar fate. She went missing after visiting Somerset Reservoir with a friend. Her body was found around 5.5 kilometers away from that area 6 months later. Unfortunately, the cause of her death could not be determined due to the body's accelerated decomposition. There are various theories about how this series of incidents occurred in the same area. The first one is serial killing. However, the police announced that the possibility of such violent crimes being done by the same person was low, due to the difference in the victim's sex, age, and classification of crimes. Due to the limitations in presuming the motive and suspect, it was impossible to conduct further investigation. Some claimed that the victims were in distress, thanks to the rough terrain and unpredictable weather. It said this area only has a few to no directions for hikers, not to mention the heavy fog and numerous abandoned mine shafts and wells. If someone fell into one of these deep mines, it would not be easy to call for help. On top of that, hunger, thirst, and hypothermia would have made it even more difficult to survive. Another theory is animal attack by pumas and black bears. However, since 60 years ago, both species have been extremely rare. Moreover, there have been no reports of serial killer animals in the area, unlike Indian tigers or African crocodiles. Groundless claims, such as the victims being kidnapped by UFOs or attacked by Bigfoot, exist as well. The most popular theory is those wearing red will disappear. Among the victims, it was revealed that Paula, the college student, and Paul, the little boy, were wearing red coats at the time of their disappearance. This led to people coming up with the theory of the other victims having a connection with the color red. We can find the connection in the two most recent incidents. Hildenbrand, who had dark red hair, was nicknamed Red by her friends and family. As for Schoening, the truck where his body was found was red. Is this nothing but an unfortunate coincidence? The Abenaki tribe who inhabit the area blame the curse of Glastonbury Mountain for the deaths and disappearances of the victims. The land belonged to the Abenaki tribe long before Bennington was built. According to their legends, their creator god Tabaldak resides at the top of Glastonbury Mountain. You shall never set foot on the highest place where the winds from all four directions meet, as it is the place where God resides. There shall be a rock that eats humans and swallows those who dare set their foot there. The tale warns against approaching Glastonbury Mountain, which is located in the center of the Bennington Triangle. It is said to be an absolute taboo among the Abenaki people. For them, Glastonbury Mountain is a sacred place that they must protect from intruders. At the same time, they feared being killed if they thoughtlessly set their foot on the mountain. The mysterious natural phenomena that would often occur in the mountain area could only be perceived as God's wrath by the Abenaki people. Typical examples of these natural phenomena include powerful tornadoes that can twist trees, as well as fog that can cut visibility in an instant. Modern anthropologists and climatologists presume that the area's rough terrain and unpredictable weather may have ignited the Abenaki people's belief. Bennington, once an object of fear and worship to the native inhabitants, began to be developed indiscriminately by colonizers in the 1800s. Not only did these colonizers drive out the native inhabitants, but they also dug up the mountains, opened up new mines, and cut down the thick forests. Thanks to that, Bennington flourished as a town with a population of around 241 people in 1890. Unfortunately, its glory days did not last long. A series of incidents with unknown causes occurred in the town. A man arrested on suspicion of murdering his own colleague gave an incomprehensible testimony saying, "I heard a voice from the forest telling me to do so." The misfortunes did not stop there. There were many cases of people dying by rolling down the cliff or drowning, despite having worn protective equipment. As if it was not enough, the whole town was devastated thanks to a massive flood that hit the area. Eventually, Bennington town fell into ruin less than a decade after it was established, and a large portion of the developed land returned to nature. The misfortune continues to this day. Is this perhaps a punishment given to those who violated the realms of God? Or, again, is it nothing but an unfortunate coincidence? This has been Strange Night.